Another nice little change is called set to frame size. So I've got a bunch of clips here on the timeline. I'm on an HD timeline, but these clips are in fact bigger than HD. They're all filmed with a nice still camera. Your options for scaling them are to select a clip, come up to the effects window, open up motion, and then start scaling it. The alternative is you could select them, right click on them, and choose scale to frame size. There's a preference for that as well. So you go to Edit, Preferences, General, and you can see there it says Default Scale to Frame Size. Which would mean if I was to set that preference and then bring in some more pictures, go for some different butterflies here, throw them onto the timeline, they all come in and they all fit, which is nice. But the problem with scale to frame size is that now that I've set that, if I go to the effects control window and say, oh, I'd like to zoom into that butterfly a bit more, maybe put a fake image pan on it, its scale to frame size takes my nice 4000 pixel image, scales it down to HD, and then I start zooming into it. So immediately I lose quality. So that's one of the reasons I never use that. Now I'm going to turn it off for all these clips, and all you do is again select them, right click, and then untick scale to frame size. Now none of these images fit. So obviously I could select one, manually scale it using the motion path and get it to fit. The nice new option is you select them, right click and say set to frame size. Now if you do that, it looks like you've done the same thing as scale to frame size, except when you come to a particular shot and come up to the effects control window, it's actually changed the scaling here, which means if I zoom into it, I'm still using all the resolution of that image, which I wasn't using the scale to frame size. So I like that. That one I found really useful. It's just a very quick way to get everything to fit, and then I can fiddle with it afterwards. I'd love it if there was a preference for that, which there isn't, but I can still select all the clips on the timeline and then just do it on a whole bunch of clips at once. Another thing I use quite a lot when I'm doing still montages like this is paste attributes. So imagine I'm just going to set up some kind of move on this butterfly. Let's zoom in out so it fills the entire screen. And I'm going to stick a keyframe at the start for position and scale. Move to the end. Zoom into it. Move it up and down a bit. And I've now got a quick image pan on that butterfly. I want to stick the same effect on all the other shots. Easiest way to do it is to right click and copy the clip. Select all the other clips, right click and paste attributes, which would stick all those same settings on the other clips. Well, if I do that, you might notice there's a difference here between the Creative Cloud and previous versions of Premiere, in that it doesn't just stick it on there, it gives you the option of what bits do you want to paste. Now in my case, I've only changed the motion. So if I untick that, it won't paste the motion. If I tick it, it will. Now each of these shots has got the same zoom in. But imagine I had a clip with some other effects on it. Put a quick bit of color correction on this, and maybe tweak the picture a bit with some RGB curves. Maybe I'll put an audio effect on, like a de-hummer or something. So I've got a whole variety of effects on that particular clip. Let's just select it, right click, copy, go to other clips, right click, paste attributes, and you can see I can choose to put everything on there. I could choose whether I'm doing the motion, the opacity, change which of the effects that I've added I want to paste, and change which of the audio effects I want to paste. So let's say, yeah, I want to put the three-way color corrector on, but not the RGB curves. I don't want that de-hummer on it. Bang! These clips now have the ones that I've chosen to put on there. So that paste attributes thing, nice and simple, and they've just enhanced it quite a bit with the Creative Cloud version.